Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Makida Daniels and this is my review for Wuthering Heights from Emily Bronte. I saw the movie and I didn't really like the characters because the way they were behaving. So I've read the book and my feelings about the characters are quite similar as in the movie. Now let me tell you why I didn't like the characters. I like the story, but the characters not so much, if that even makes sense. But I am going to explain to you why. The the story is said to be a love story, but it is not only a love story, it's also about revenge. We have the main character Heathcliff and we have Catherine, also a main character, and the story is about the two of them. Now Heathcliff is a orphan. He's brought home by Catherine's father to his family. These are his wife and his two children, Catherine and Hindley. From the beginning, Heathcliff is being mistreated by the eldest son, Hindley, and he's quite of an outcast. He's not received very well, and that's because he also looks a bit different. He looks like a gypsy, and we all know how some people think about gypsies, that it's not fair, because in all races you have good and bad people. But Heathcliff is being mistreated from the beginning, and as they grow up, he and Catherine become very close. They become soulmates, you can say. They become soulmates. They love each other. They fall in love with each other as they grow up. And at one point, before the father dies, Hindley is being sent away to go to school. And after the father dies, he comes back. At this time, they're all grown up. Before I continue the story, if you haven't read the book, I advise you to skip this part because there is going to be some spoilers. So Hindley comes back and Heathcliff is being put out of the house. He had to sleep in the stables, and the treatment continues. The bad treatments continue, but he stays around because he's in love with Catherine. Catherine is also in love with Heathcliff, but she made another choice. And that was wealth and prestige above love. So yeah. So Heathcliff is very hurt by her rejection and he leaves for 4 years. He comes back when she's married, and when she sees him, she immediately feels the passion that they had, but her husband isn't having it, so she had to make a choice. And because she is a bit spoiled, what does she do? She basically cries herself to death. That's to put to make it short, that's what she did. She cried herself sick and then she died. And then Heathcliff, who is still hurt by this rejection, decided to take revenge on everybody around Catherine. Isn't that something? Catherine was already dead, and yet he couldn't forgive her. He took revenge on everybody. He took revenge on Hindley, everybody around her, basically, except for some other characters. But then I'm going to spoil too much. But yeah, for me, disliking the character means that it's a very good story, because sometimes you dislike someone because you want them to change their behavior for the good. But unfortunately, that didn't happen here. And both the characters were very dislikable because of their behavior. So, but Emily Bronte is a very good writer. I can understand why this book is a classic and a lot of people like it, including me. I really enjoyed the story. As I said, unfortunately the characters, I didn't care for them, but I love her writing and I'm surely going to read her other work. And Do you know that she died at a very young age? That's what I discovered, that she died at a very young age. She had tuberculosis. Yeah. And furthermore, I have got myself a penguin box set from the Bronte sisters. And this is it. Let me show you. I have, the first one is from Jane Eyre. This one is from Charlotte Bronte. I've read Jane Eyre about, I think, a few years ago, and I am going to read it again because this was very good. And I have Villette from Charlotte Bronte also, and from Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights, the English version, and The Tenant of Wildfell Hall from Anne Bronte. I decided to purchase them in English because sometimes the translation can be a bit different. I want to experience the story written in the original language. So that was my review, guys. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. My other video will be about books I've started reading but I didn't finish, but I am planning to finish because they are good, but for some reason I didn't finish them. So stay tuned for that one, and till then, bye.